Thank you to both Patty and Jana for inviting me to speak with you, whether you're here on the call in person or listening to the recording. I appreciate your time greatly. I'm Lisa Willie. I'm the business relationship lead for Explora Journeys in Western Canada. So I cover quite a bit of ground. Virtually makes it really easy to get into your homes and have a chance to chat with you. So I'm going to talk rather quickly because I don't want to cover. I've been on board myself, so we're sharing some videos of the ship, a walkthrough tour, and maybe just if I can reiterate what Heidi said about going to the menu and muting yourself. Yeah, that's great. It just eliminates the background noise. And again, feel free to hide your stop your video if you don't want to be on the recording. So a little bit about Explora Journeys. This is our first ship. It's going to be the first of 6. Absolutely stunning, beautiful inside and out. We had an architect of super yachts do the design for us. So really our ships resemble more of a super duper yacht, I guess, a little bit bigger than a yacht, but very sleek and very elegant and doesn't look like a big, massive cruise ship in any way, shape, or form. Actually, we don't even think or talk about ourselves as being a cruise line. We say that we are a creator of ocean journeys. We operate and have modeled our experience to be more like a hotel. So we're a floating boutique hotel, and it really, really feels like that when you're on board the ship. So we're part of the Pontevedra family, or who own the MSC Group, the Mediterranean Shipping Company. It's the largest privately owned shipping company in the world. So they are just very passionate about Explora Journeys. They've created based on their ambitions and their travel desires. And I say that, I like to show this slide because I like to be able to share with you that there is deep pockets, and they have spared no expense to the details, the onboard experience, the culinary delights, everything. So Explora One just launched on August 1st. So really brand new, the new kids on the block, which is going to be the first of 6 ships, and they're coming out very quickly. On our heels right now in the shipyard over in Italy is Explora 2 and Explora 3. Explora 2 will join us in fall of 2024. And then you see the other, we kept our names very simple. I know you're thinking it to yourselves right now. All the way up to Explora 6, which will join us in 2028. The design, the build, everything is sustainable. The sustainability and being environmental stewards is extremely important to the family. So everything at the heart of what we do is that sustainability and guest-centric experience. So we're Swiss, so we have that Swiss hospitality, very European, sophisticated, vibrant, relaxed, modern luxury. And our hosts, we don't call our onboard crew, we call them hosts that are looking after you. We have 1.25 guests to 1 host, so it's nearly 1-to-1. So it's very, very focused on the onboard service levels. And our hosts are amazing, really unique. If you've been on cruises before, you kind of know what you would traditionally expect. Well, 60% of our onboard hosts never worked on a cruise ship before coming to us. They come to us from hotels, luxury hotels. So it really has a different vibe, a different service levels, which I really love. Here's one of our new little videos just to introduce you. Welcome to Explora One. I also have a walkthrough video that I'll show at the end that gives you more of a ship tour, virtual ship tour that one of my colleagues did. So I'm trying to change slides and it's not letting me here for some reason. I think it wants just to keep playing the video. There we go. We're moving right along now. So how we built our brand is we like to call it based on the art of listening, because the family hired a research company over in the UK back in 2018 and surveyed over 20,000 future travelers in all different markets, Canada being one of them. And through the surveys and the questionnaires, 4 things really came up to the top of being important to our future guests, and that was having space. Also having lots of choices, not having the structure and having to go to the same place, the same dining room, the same lounge every night. Design is very important, as well as the destination experiences where we go, having an immersive journey. So that's how we built the brand. All inclusive. Yes, there's still a few things that you can spend money on, of course, but I'll highlight those as I walk through. But all your essentials, all the important things are included in your journey fare. That includes gratuities for our onboard hosts. Unlimited premium beverages are included with a really great selection of non-alcoholic beverages as well as alcoholic beverages. We have all sorts of fitness programs. We have the Wi-Fi included, which is very important to our guests. Not just having spotty Wi-Fi, but we have a partnership with a satellite. We also have access points in all the public areas and a private router in your suite, and you can connect to multiple devices, so you don't have to get kicked off of one to go on the other. So plenty of inclusions. And as I said, I'll highlight where you can spend additional money. But first, we welcome you on board into your elegant, spacious suite, your home away from home. We call them homes at sea. They're all oceanfront with private terraces, so nobody's stuck in a dark closet. You have beautiful, usable terraces and all the comforts that you would love to have if you're staying in a high-end hotel or even at home. So here's a look at our lead-in category, our ocean state suites. They are among the largest in the industry for a lead-in at 377 square feet. So very spacious. They're very beautiful with the decor. Beautiful king-size bed. We do have suites that will separate into twin, but a lot of them have true kings. You're welcomed in with a bottle of champagne chilling to get the mood started for your vacation. In this category, the lead-in, it's Veuve Clicquot. You also have a coffee maker, an Italy coffee maker in your suite, so you do not have to get dressed to go get your first cup of coffee in the morning. If you're not a coffee drinker, we have a tea kettle, a teapot. There's a mini bar as well, which will be stocked to your preferences with soft drinks or beer, whatever you like to drink. Our guests will also be able to choose from a bottle of white or a bottle of red and a bottle of spirits to kind of get them started. That will be replenished as needed throughout the journey as well. We have walk-in wardrobes with a seated vanity. You see that in the top right-hand picture. Perfect lighted makeup mirror. There's also a drawer where there's a Dyson hair dryer. There is a very spacious walk-in shower. Some will have bathtubs as well, so you can choose that at the booking process. Heated bathroom floors, so there's none of that surprise coldness first thing in the morning. So all sorts of amenities. This is a look at our beautiful terrace, usable space. You have a table and 2 chairs, so you can enjoy your breakfast or lunch out there. You have that day bed as well, which is a fantastic place to curl up and read a book. We also have penthouse categories. There's 67 of these. I should mention there's 461 suites on board. And we model ourselves more after a hotel, so we don't go on guest count, rather suites. 461 suites. 67 of them are these penthouses. Some will have a separate bedroom area, in-suite dining for guests, and enhanced amenities. So depending on how much space you want and what you're looking for, we also have 22 ocean residences. They have different names. They all have jacuzzis on the terrace. You have dedicated service of a resident host, which is aka a butler. There's a bottle of Dom Perignon that would be chilling for you in that category as well. And it really looks like you're going to feel like you're in a condo. They're very beautifully appointed, very spacious, lots of light, just lots of terrace space as well. So there's also an owner's residence. If you really want to go crazy and pamper yourself, you can do that as well. So we have choices for dining. It's all about the culinary. We have the most fantastic head of culinary that was able to create a program and spared no expenses. So we do not have a main dining room like the majority of other cruise lines. It's more like being at a resort. So there is 9 different culinary opportunities. There is 6 restaurants, and every restaurant has a different theme, a different style of cuisine that's in there. So there's plenty of choices for you. This is Frank Geringer, our head of culinary. You may have heard of Oceania Cruises. He does come to us as well. A very talented group of chefs from Oceania. They're very well known for their culinary. He's an amazing character. This is just a quick highlight. Other than the restaurants, you could go have gelato, a creperie. There is a coffee bar on board as well, with lots of tasty treats throughout the day and in the evenings. So if I walk quickly through the restaurants and the choices, we have Explora, which is Pan-Asian cuisine. There is a sushi bar in here. The sushi is fantastic. I'm from Vancouver, so I have high standards. It's just amazing Pan-Asian cuisine, lunch and dinner. And some of my menu choices when I was on board, I happened to be on board the main journey. You have a lobster pad thai, which was fantastic. I haven't had dinner yet, so I'm not going to linger too much on the pictures of the food. We have Marble & Co, which is our steakhouse, and this is just dinner only. Amazing cuts of meat. There's even a dry ager on board to really enhance it. And then we have Med Yacht Club. I love this space. It's so welcoming and so beautiful. There's even sitting areas if you'd like to go wait and have a glass of wine before you get seated for dinner. And it's Mediterranean tapas, so it's meant to share. So you don't have food envy. You get to share the experience with your fellow travelers. If you happen to be traveling with friends or family, again, a few of my tasty treats that I enjoy. Fil Rouge, this is our open for, Med Yacht Club with lunch and dinner. Fil Rouge is breakfast and dinner, and it's French inspired, so European cuisine, and it's a beautiful space as well. Then we have the Emporium Marketplace. This is breakfast, lunch, and dinner in a more relaxed space, but definitely not your traditional buffet. It is more of a food emporium. There's 18 different stations that you can visit, really elevated in the evenings as well. It's a surprise for many of our guests that enjoy that. We have handmade pastas, fresh every day, a pizziola from Italy. There's a beautiful oyster bar up there in the evening, and our glass of champagne Moet Chandon is our house for included champagne. A unique experience if you are a foodie. This is called Anthology, and this is the only restaurant that we have that has an experience fee attached to it. All other restaurants are included. The reason why there's a fee is because we have invited a celebrated chef, very high caliber, to come over and take over the space. It becomes their restaurant for 2 to 3 months, usually at a time. Right now, we have a chef, her name's Emma Bankston. She is from a restaurant in New York City called Aquavit, and it has 2 Michelin stars. So it is a Michelin star restaurant, and it's a tasting menu. So you will roll out of there and hear the light. It's heaven. We have a cooking class on board, a cooking school called the Chef's Kitchen. There's only 6 different cooking stations, so 12 guests max at a time. And that would be an additional cost to do in the cooking classes, but we can accommodate everybody. It's a little too limited. And then, of course, room service. Relax, enjoy your breakfast, lunch, dinner. It's 24/7, all included for you as well. With lounges in your evenings, where to go, what to do. We do not have a main show lounge. We don't even have a cruise director on board. So there's nobody directing you and telling you and pushing you into venues where you should go. It's all about finding the right vibe, which speaks to you. This is my favorite. It truly is a wow when you walk on board deck 5. This is where you'll board and you'll walk right into our lobby bar. It's stunning. It feels and looks like you're in a resort, a high-end hotel. And it's very bright and airy and open. We have a Steinway piano that plays beautiful music there. The Explora Lounge, amazing afternoon tea. I mean, I must rival the Empress. It really is amazing. There's a Steinway piano here as well. And our Journeys Lounge would be more cabaret style, as you can see. We don't have that show lounge, so we're not focusing on Broadway style production review shows. It's more about live entertainment, live music, and finding the power through that in all of our different lounges. So every evening we'll have different music. We have a malt whiskey bar and cigar bar on board. There's a small casino, but it by no means is it our focal point, and we keep it in-house, so it's not about pushing onboard revenue. The outdoor space for days as well. We have so much space per guest. I'll tell you, we could put a lot more suites on board, a lot more guests, but we have chosen to use that additional space for amenities and for areas, so you don't have any crowding. This is our conservatory. It's an indoor pool with a has retractable roof. We have the atoll pool, lots of areas throughout the outdoor deck space for private cabanas and shaded area to sit. We have an infinity pool on board, and we have Helios, which is a very private adults only quiet area for you as well. And ocean wellness, if you like to indulge and pamper, then we can accommodate you with over 7,500 square feet, 11 treatment rooms. We have, of course, the treatments themselves would be an additional cost, but our experience center and the wellness center is included. So if you want to go to the steam room, hang out in the salt cave, or in the shower, steam showers or sauna, that's included guest experience. The ocean fitness area is in a totally separate area. There's a studio where we run yoga classes, Pilates, the techno gym cases, which have all sorts of different fitness instruction to it. There's 5 different types of yoga that we have on board, so you can relax in the evenings, fall asleep to it, whatever. Or if your thing is more being outdoors, we have a beautiful outdoor fitness area as well. We have a running track, we have pickleball, a low basketball court. We have gorgeous jacuzzi tubs throughout the ship as well, which are all elongated, rectangular, so you can sit on a bench and stare at the ocean instead of a stranger across from you in a round tub. I love the way that they're all designed that way for privacy and intimacy. And all about the entertainment, so a little bit different, still with some traditional aspects of other cruises, but we have different activities, things like photography classes, or sit with the captain and the different officers and learn a little bit more about the mariner life. There's a DJ if you like to dance in the evenings, different groups of bands and singers. We have guest entertainers that come on board, and so much to offer. This is one of my favorite evenings in the Journeys Lounge. It was all lit up by candlelight. I had a wonderful band player. There is a dance floor in there as well, but we always have a DJ in the evenings in another one of our many lounges and bars, because there is 12 total on board, 8 indoor and 4 outdoor. But we also focus very much on the enrichment aspect throughout the journey. We'll have 3 to 4 luminaries, and those are experts in their field of all different fields, lifestyle and culinary arts and photography and humanities and science. And they're all different, and they don't just speak to you from a stage and then disappear. They interact with our guests. We'll even have intimate coffee chats, and this really unique aspects of that. So this is the walkthrough video that I promised you. It was done by my colleague on the maiden journey, so that it really brings it to life, where it's undoctored, unfiltered video, as I said. It really showcases the ship, I think, just beautifully. So we'll let the music that plays to it. There's an art gallery on board with multiple different art installations. This is where the DJ will play. That will be in there. There are some high-end retail stores on board, or stores with, kind of expect that. But the journey, this one is our curated in-house where we have 10 different apparel and it has and all, and it's really unique. It's not in all brands, so everything is on board. So there's a unique feel to it. All the we'll look at the Victorian marketplace, some of the different food stations that we have. Usually when you order a burger, it's prepared for you at a meal. So it's very few pictures of our owner's residence, which is over 3,000 square feet. You get lost in it. We wouldn't want to leave. I don't think we'd ever leave. So that's the walkthrough. Now I just want to spend a little bit of extra time as well talking about our journeys and where we're going to give you an idea. With one ship, obviously we're a little bit limited right now, but you'll see we have 6 coming fast and furious. So there's going to be a lot to offer to everybody. But we're going to start with our Christmas and New Year's sailing, even though we have some journeys in the Caribbean. The ship is down in the Caribbean right now. But our Christmas and New Year's, there's still people that are looking to get away from the cold. So I thought I would showcase this. You can do a 14 night. It would be an extended, we call them extended because we put 2 7 nights together. But of course you could just do the 7 nights over Christmas or 7 nights over New Year's. You'll notice a lot of our journeys, we don't home port anyway, where we continue to move and on the go and follow the sun. Okay, where possible, we stay a little bit longer. Linger a little bit longer to have a more in-depth experience, and overnights as well. So you'll see Caribbean, it's not so unusual of a destination, but we put a lot of thought into it. So we visit islands and ports that are unique. Of course, the islands on the ports on either end, I call them the bookends, have to be easy access for flights, but we try to pepper it in with something unique. And they're as short as 6 nights. So this one's January 25th. That would go from Puerto Rico to Barbados. Here's a look at the journey of the Canadian Antilles. It is a 9-night journey around trip Barbados, and there's a direct flight through Toronto to Barbados. And smaller ports, again, not your traditional Eastern or Western Caribbean in any way, shape, or form. I like this one as well. It's in February, a little bit extra time. It's 15 nights. It's an extended journey, so it's been put together. And you may not be able to see at the top, depending on where your menu bar is, but we have a double extended journey savings. Normally, when there is the back-to-backs or extended journeys, we include a 5% value savings. Here on this one, we have a 10%, so extra value savings on that. And then the same one goes for this one, Miami to Bridgetown for 14 nights. Of course, I'm going to run through these a little quickly to not give them day by day. They're on our website. And of course, Heidi and Jenna can pull them off and create a PDF and send them to you as well. So if you anything, stands out. The Panama Canal Passage. Now, this is ending our Caribbean season. So she's leaving Barbados and coming through. This one's 11 nights. So you go to Panama City to see we have an overnight in Cartagena and an overnight in Panama City itself. If this 11 nights, you feel like I can keep going. This is not long enough. Well, you can stay on because it's the 14-night journey. Right after that is going from Panama City all the way up to Los Angeles. And we keep coming up. There's a 6-night journey that goes from Los Angeles up to Vancouver. So you can do one of them or all of them. And then, I didn't think I included that 6 nights, but there you are. And then it's less about the actual destination and more about going and experiencing the ship and enjoying it and staying fairly close to home. Arriving into Vancouver on April 18th, we are offering one Hawaii journey. It's 18 nights total. If you want to do the round trip from Vancouver, really easy access for air, and you get to enjoy that beautiful ship for 5 sea days on the way there, 5 sea days on the way back. That's a little bit too long for you. You can also break this journey into 9-night segments. So 9 nights from Vancouver to Honolulu, or 9 nights from Honolulu back to Vancouver. And then at the end of that, the ship will then go back down to Los Angeles through the Panama Canal and cross over to Europe. So here's just a few little looks at some of our Mediterranean for 2024. This happens to be July. That Croatian coastline is very popular and extremely beautiful. Revenge is one of my favorite places. Of course, we're going into Athens and out of Venice. You need those bookends for the flights. Here you can extend another 7 nights and visit even more of the Croatian coastline. And unique ports. A lot of these places, again, you would never get an opportunity to visit on a slightly larger ship. Here, I love the West Coast itinerary, or the Western Europe itinerary. Much of this region I've done myself, but never have I gone to Ibiza and spent an overnight in Ibiza. Port Vendres, Portofino, yes, Monte Carlo, no big deal, but Porto Santo Stefano, hadn't heard of it, and then now everybody's telling me it's one of the most beautiful places in Italy. So I was like, I have to go. And here we have this journey a little bit more on the east. So it's doing the Greek Isles and it's doing Turkey, but it's doing lesser known Greek ports in Greece. And back over to the west here, this is the fall of 2024. Pardon me, round trip Barcelona. I love this again. Going to Malaga, Lisbon, Portimao, Tangier, Ibiza. I lose my voice. And this one, Barcelona to Barcelona, you can actually combine the two of them here and overnight in Casablanca. You had me at Casablanca when I saw this one. So you might see me on this journey. So just to give you a few ideas, I ran through them very quickly, but as I said, all of our journeys, those ones and much, much more are easily accessible on the website with full details. There's also short excursions. I haven't talked about them. We call them destination experiences. We do not include them in our journey fare purposely because through all our market research, it was really apparent to us that people didn't want to be told what to do. And if it's included, they thought they're going to go and do it. And never did they come back and rave about them. So we have them. We leave them up to our guests to choose what they would like to do. It could be pre-booked through Heidi and Jana as well. So you can arrange it, or you can work with it on board, work with one of our hosts. When you have any of the additional costs on board, I do want you to know that it is in euros because we are, again, a European-based cruise line. And anything that you do in advance would be in Canadian or US if for some reason you felt like you wanted to purchase in US, and you can do a lot of those add-ons but in Canadian dollars. These are just a few examples of some of our value savings opportunities. We do not discount. We're privately owned, and this is something the owners do not want to do. So if you're booking now but not sailing with us until 2025, you're not going to have to worry about the price dropping. So we put out value savings opportunities like pay in full at time of booking, save an additional 5%. You do those back to back or extended journeys for the additional 5% savings, or the two I highlighted, 10%. If you happen to be a solo traveler or know somebody that would like to join you, that is, we don't charge them 200% of the suite. They start at only 15% and we'll go up a little bit from there. So we're very friendly and welcoming to everybody and make it affordable. So Virtuoso, you may or may not be aware of Virtuoso, but this is an organization that Heidi and Jana belong to. It's a very professional organization and they're very, very important partners of us. So as a guest of a Virtuoso agent, you would receive onboard credit of 300 euro per suite. So that would allow you to have some of those experiences that were not included, like a spa treatment, or you can even use it in shops or at the cooking class, or even for a short excursion when you're on board. But that's automatically a gift from working with Heidi and Jenna. And I did want to just point out that some of the sailings, the journeys that we have, they're posted by Virtuoso experts, by groups such as Heidi and Jana. And I wanted to just share this date. I don't have any more information on it as of yet, but potentially Heidi and Jana may be your hosts on that. So I'm giving you a sneak peek at it, and you can definitely ask them more about that. They will, in the coming days, be able to share with you a lot more information about it. But keep that in mind. Just one of the many journeys to tease you with and to get you thinking about. So I know I'm a little over my 30 minutes. I see that there are some chats in the chat. I don't know, Heidi, if you've been monitoring that.
A little bit, yeah, just a couple of questions. So I know we were talking about how Explora does things a little bit differently, but as you were saying, pointing out, what it does, it is what you would expect on a different ship than here. So the question is, for dinner, is there a formal night requirement? Often we have 2 formal nights per 7 days or something like that. And then how formal do we get on board?
We do not have a dress code, so we don't have a formal evening. There's no themed nights telling you how to dress. We feel that you're all adults, you know how to dress yourself and dress how you're comfortable, just dress. we ask that you dress. That's the main thing.
That's a good thing.
But I mean, it is, you know, we're not an inexpensive experience, so it will be for, you know, a little bit more sophisticated than if you're walking around the beach in your flip-flops, eating dinner on the beach, of course. It's, I would just say you're resort casual, but there's no, jacket required. Some gentlemen will wear jackets, because a lot of people on vacation, you do want to have, you know, spend the time to go out and get a little fancy, but don't worry about it.
Or if it's a special occasion, like a birthday or something like that, it's a milestone that we're celebrating. We like to sometimes polish ourselves a little bit more.
Yeah.
In that regard, how about any food necessities, allergies, or special meals, dealing with folks maybe who are gluten intolerant or vegan, vegetarian? Is there really easy and sufficient option on board for them?
100%, 100%. And everything is such intimate dining venues. Everything is prepared fresh to order, aluminium, or however you want to say it. So if you want something done a specific way, absolutely. Any kind of, obviously, if it's an allergy or anything that can result in a medical issue, we'd like to know that in advance so that we are 100% prepared. But the basics, if vegan and vegetarian, gluten-free, not a problem. It's all of that is easily accommodated.
Those are kind of the big ones I had. Is there anybody, if you want to unmute and ask any other questions?
I've got a
Please
question by text for you, Lisa.
Yeah.
And that is about connecting suites. Are there connecting suites or
There are.
occupancy suites?
There's 78 of our 461 are connecting. So when you look, we have deck plans, of course, and when you look at those, you can see which ones connect, which ones convert to twins if you need twins, which ones would accommodate a triple if you happen to be traveling with a youngster. We don't get many, but there are situations where there is a child. Some have a bathtub with a shower in the tub. A lot have just the separate shower, pardon me, so we can certainly accommodate your requirement.
And I assume going along with that, that you've got accessible suites on board?
We do, of course. Yeah. Yeah. Brand new ship. So everything that you could possibly want in today's environment has been thought of.
I noticed
Perfect.
that I know Jana and I both talked about this of being able to use the pools because there's stairs into them. You know, that having that instead of just that ladder, that metal ladder down 2 steps as the ship is. I mean, we don't have too much in the way of bad seas for where we're going or where the ship is. It's very well situated on its itineraries for the seasonality of you know, but as you are at sea, if you're crossing from Los Angeles to Hawaii, it's nice to have some stairs to ground yourself on to get into the pool and really enjoy those sea days out there. So that's a fantastic piece of design that this ship has done differently. I'm done for questions. I'm going to stop our recording.